Okay. It looks like we are live. How is everyone doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jason Levine, and for today's brief live stream, talking about, well, something very, very topical that I'm sure most of us can probably directly identify with, and it's working from home, right? So as with many of you, well, actually, I work from home quite a lot, but many of us are now working from home for extended periods of time. And a lot of things I've been seeing kind of going around the interwebs and on Twitter and stuff is like, well, I'm bored or I need inspiration or, sick of playing games or, already binged watch all of my favorite series on Netflix, what to do next. And I thought this would be just a great opportunity to simply re-showcase or re-highlight some of the daily live learning opportunities that we have largely through Adobe Live and Behance. And this includes not only the daily Adobe Live streams, which allow you as fellow creatives to see your fellow creatives working in a variety of different applications and really just kind of see their process, maybe get some inspiration, maybe just have something cool in the background to kind of, I don't know, ignite that spark while you're kind of, working in a space maybe that you're not super familiar with. The other side of course, is that we have things called daily creative challenges. So if you're looking to learn something new, if you're looking to get into Photoshop or Illustrator or XD, and, how do you do that? Well, by being challenged to do something. So we have this thing called daily creative challenges where we give you assets, we give you instructions, we even give you access to our community Discord where we have thousands, literally thousands of people in there at a time who are there just to answer questions and to help inspire and to just be advocates for whatever kind of creative stuff you're doing. These are the kind of things that I just wanted to showcase real quickly today. So again, we're not demoing today. It's just showing you where to go to find stuff. Maybe you weren't aware of it. As always, we're coming to you live on Facebook, on Behance, on Twitter, Periscope, and YouTube. So great to see you. So Sifrifana, hello. Fo My Life, nice to see you. Peter Whiter, how's it going? Desiree, Terry, Dublagru from Romania, hello. Aussie Morning for Peter, very nice. Laura Lau, working from home, usually premiere acting actually on a daily basis. Very nice. Warm greetings from Bucharest. Karam Brisa, yeah. Very nice to see you. Yes, indeed, Peter. With all the stuff going on around COVID-19, there's going to be a lot more working from home, and for sure, you're going to see this continue to rear its head. Jack, Ms. Vaughn, hello. Hey, Desiree. Over on Facebook, we've got Rahelio chiming in. Nice to see you, Rahelio. Okay, Carly Soule sharing what is happening. Zach Book Out, looking for more resources for my students. Yes, exactly. Adobe's done a couple things in the last couple of weeks to make Creative Cloud available to students in different universities and such. So have to post some links to that after. In fact, if I forget to do that, please hit me up at Twitter at BeetleJace or on YouTube, and I'll make sure to provide some of those links too. Doug Baker, what's happening? Igor Brazina, nice to see you. Okay, so as mentioned, exit. Nothing new for most of us working at home. Andrew, Chicago. Oh, yeah. Nice. John Julian, greetings from Dublin. Okay. Sarah Martins from Genève. Nice to see you. Rick Carter, hey, what's up? All right, so let me go ahead and we'll switch over to my screen here. Paul Newton, since you have to film. And that's the thing, right? I mean, everybody's got stuff, everybody's busy. But the nice thing is there's always opportunities to learn other things. And as we're kind of, finding new ways to acclimate ourselves perhaps in these new work environments, a lot of times you just need some external inspiration. So first and foremost, again, I know you've all gone there. Maybe you haven't. We have what we call Adobe Live, which you can find at behance.net/live, okay? And we've got a live stream going on right now, creating design systems, right? So if you work in the UI UX world, design systems is a buzzword, right? We've talked about that a lot. In fact, in the November update to XD, we had a lot of focus on building design systems and talked about at Adobe Max how we actually use XD to create the design systems that are used across all of our mobile apps and even desktop, Photoshop, Illustrator, etc. So if you scroll down here on Adobe Live, you'll see the schedule, and these are booked out weeks and weeks in advance. So this will really give you an idea of what's happening. So tomorrow at 9 a.m., and we're going to come back to this, Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge, also known as DCC, retouching. We're going to come back to that in just a second. All right. So then so that's half hour. Then we have portrait painting with one of my faves and yours, Voodooval and Tim Mobist. Okay, Tim, you may know Tim. He's always on moderating our Adobe Live and Behance chats. Tim's an awesome guy based in Germany, so they're going to be doing a little cross-continental collab stream there. So you've got photography, retouching, portrait painting a half hour later. And then we've got the XD Creative Challenge with our former creative resident, Andrea Hawk. So again, you're wanting to get into XD, wanting to figure things out. There's all these details on different challenges to help you get inspired in doing so. All right. And then, of course, tomorrow it looks like, look, we've got more design systems. The next one is curves adjustment for the Creative Challenge, creating photo presets. I mean, there's just so much cool stuff here. We've got Andrew Hockradell, who's going to do designing brand identities. This is something which I often watch these because I'm not an illustrator. You've heard me say that a million times. The opposite of an illustrator. And, like creating a brand, a look, font design and things. I mean, this is where I go now. I used to bug my colleagues Terry and Rufus and Paul and Michael all the time. I don't bug them as much because now I can kind of go here. All right. So that's kind of the Adobe Live schedule. And you can click through this and see. Also, you can see my buddy Terry. He's going to be on Adobe Live. So last week, we all kind of filled in for some spots because people couldn't travel. So Terry's going to be doing how to shoot headshots. This one is one you're not going to want to miss because he's actually going to be doing live photo shoot in the studio. I don't have my Masterclass thumbnail up here yet, but I will also be doing a Masterclass this Friday. So these are regularly scheduled programs. Terry's at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Mine's at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, and they're about an hour. But then we've also got them laid out by category. So graphic design. And again, you can see all the various things here. So this includes, Paul's been doing stuff with AR, designing augmented reality posters. Not even quite sure what that is. You want to learn about that, find out about that? These are 2-hour streams. Here's all of the Photoshop creative challenges from last week. All right, with Claudie Vergine. These are really wonderful. Character styles, clipping masks, slice tools, shapes. What's nice about the daily creative challenges too, and we're going to come back to this in a sec, these are very specific task-based things where we give you materials, we give you assets. Again, you can go to the Discord. It's just an awesome way to learn, and it's interactive, right? Then, of course, you've got Photoshop and all the various things here, and you can see all the different programming that we have around Photoshop. Here's the Adobe Live that I did last week. So again, I don't normally step in for imaging photography, but I'm a photographer, that's kind of where I started actually in the visual world. And this was mine last week. So it was working with mobile and DSLR images in Lightroom CC. So if you want to kind of see a workflow, now that's not so much tutorial based, right? So the daily live streams on Adobe Live are more about people showing their process and doing their thing. The masterclasses on Friday are really where we do more of the kind of deep dive, deep learning, although there's all kinds of little tips and tricks in these daily streams as well. For anyone who loves illustration, okay, Fresco. So you're going to find some of our fellow colleagues like Kyle Webster, world-renowned illustrator on the Mac stage many times. Also, my friend and yours, Victoria Pavlov, does tons of incredible fresco illustration. Jinjin Sun, she's another colleague of mine. And we've opened up Behance live streaming. Currently, it's sort of like for a select group of people using Fresco and a couple of other products and things. So these are really just people doing their thing. If you want to, if you've ever been into Bob Ross or watching people paint and draw and kind of get their process and see how it works, it's going to really show you that. All right, photography, illustration. You can see we've been jumping in a lot. There's a lot of Paul on here. Paul's been all over the place. These were really super cool. Illustrating from sketchbook to vectors. Junebug, one of our guests last week. So this is something which, again, if you are kind of entering the world of digital illustration, you still do it pen and paper by hand. It's just a great way of the inside look at the process of how he does it, right? Versus how I might do it, versus how you might have been thinking about doing it. Tons of stuff around UI, UX, including, as I mentioned, daily creative challenges. And then we have video and motion. So this is where you'll find my masterclasses, as well as any streams that I put up here regularly. You've also got my friend Evan Abrams, who is a master in the visual effects, motion effects world, and he does all kinds of cool master classes with MoGraph workflows and stuff like that. Okay, so this is the general Behance.net/live, and right now you can see, I don't know if this is Peter or Evan here, but he's showing us who's coming up and who's doing what. So you'll always get a peek inside the schedule. Again, we've got live chat going on there. Super cool. Now, if you go to the daily creative challenges, and here, you know what, let me just skip over for a quick sec and see if we've got any questions. Change my screen here for a moment. See if anybody's asking anything. Igor from Prague, what's up? All right, Paul G, how are you doing? Doug Baker. So yeah, so After Effects would be in the motion category. All right, we've got some friends from Thailand in here. Okay. All right. Happy early St. Patrick's Day to you too, John Julian. WP Cliffs Notes, hello. Smitic from Texas, hey, what's up? Steve W. from Hunwick in the UK. Michaela Francis, thank you very much. Adrian Christophe, bonsoir from France. We are blocked due to the COVID. A lot of time for you. Yes. Kevin, the basic filmmaker, great stuff. Made it. Nice. Good to see you. Yeah, so again, the opportunities here to, start learning and just working are infinite. What's up, Keyframer? I see you just joined us. Andrea Hawk just joined us as well. Andrea just gave you some shout outs with Adobe Live, talking about your XD creative challenges. Okay, so let's go back to daily creative challenge though. So this is something which I highly recommend, really, if you're, one, again, working from home, right? And if you're like me and you're like dealing with, schools closing and kids at home and just like, managing time and everything else, sometimes you kind of need a little bit of a diversion. You need some inspiration. Well, this is the way to do it. All right. So in this case, this is the Photoshop Creative Challenge. All right. And I've done a couple of these. So you're going to click here, take the challenge. All right. And you basically sign up to receive your challenge via Creative Cloud notifications. So all of this comes to you through your Creative Cloud desktop, which is awesome. I can see, my buddy Terry just started. How to get started with the pen tool, okay? So you're going to take the challenge, and it tells you exactly how does it work. So each day you'll receive a challenge, and you saw like last week it was shapes one day, do something with adjustment layers. I think one of the days was use Camera Raw to do some significant changes to an image. Join the community chat. So again, I think this links you, yes, directly to our Discord. And as I mentioned, I don't remember the exact number. I know it's 5 digits. I know we have well over 10,000 people in the Discord. But at any given time, you've got, I've never seen less than 1,000. And this is live in the Discord. And you can see how people are posting stuff related to the chat. You can just ask general questions about a feature or a workflow, or how do I do this with the pen, or how do I do this with Content Aware, based around. There's different Discords for Illustrator, Photoshop, and XD. But these are amazing. I mean, these are your peers from all over the world, and everybody's there to learn from everybody else and to chat and to make e-friends, virtual friends, and build the community. It's awesome. This isn't me selling you. This is a cool thing to do if you want to, again, break from the norm. I mean, I can tell you personally this weekend, enough binging. Like I can't watch anything. I watched a whole bunch of Friday the 13th movies from the first four. 1980 to 1984. It was worth it. They're pretty funny, and they're pretty great if you like that sort of thing. All right, so you join the community chat in Discord, watch the daily live show to ask questions and see how to get started. So again, it's always a different presenter. I don't remember who's doing the Photoshop ones this week, but I just showed you that actually a moment ago. Yes, Jesus Ramirez. So, Jesus will be on and you'll be able to ask him questions. Like, okay, what about this or what about that? Again, it's live interactive chat right there, right? And then if you can't get your question answered, or you just don't get to it in time because you're busy working or in a meeting or something else, that's what the Discord is for. The conversation goes all day, all night. It never ends, right? Because we've got users all over the world. So whether you're in Australia or New York or Malaysia or Brazil, you're going to be able to have somebody take a look at your stuff and answer. That's the other really cool thing. So, share your work and get feedback from mentors and other participants. One, it's a safe space. So, I'll be the first to say, and I've said this on stream ages ago, when we acquired Behance, I was so intimidated to publish photography, let alone anything, to Behance, because I went to the the Discover page and started looking at what was on Behance, and I was intimidated. I mean, really, legit intimidated, and I soon found out after making my first post and seeing the kind of feedback that comes in is that Behance in and of itself is a community of like creative peers. It is a safe space because it's targeted to just creatives, right? And anybody knows, sorry, I'm having like an eye itch here. Anybody knows, whether you're an illustrator, photographer, musician, coder, UI designer, your first attempt at one of those disciplines probably sucked, right? I mean, I'll tell you, my first song, garbage, right? Not so great. Not the worst, but not spectacular, right? Everybody's first thing is bad. Your first drawing, it's just the way it is. Yes, there's a few select humans in existence where the first thing was probably stellar, but mine certainly wasn't. So you don't have to have that fear because all of us have been there at some point. That's partly why I love Behance too, because you'll notice that Behance, if I go to my own projects here, since I'm talking about it, I never really show my Behance, but here I'll switch back to my screen. If you go to, Behance, so like here again, here's a project I did on the Edison Amberol wax cylinder. So this is, very specific, very specific topic here. So this was, again, if you don't know what a wax cylinder is, this was the records of the early days. That's Thomas Edison who invented that, and the Victrola, right? You know about that, and you can see all this incredible. I did this largely for some of the just like the detail of the packaging, because as you can see, this is from 1909. What? It's 111 years old. And it still plays, right? So anyway, this is some photography here. This is just me like photographing. You're probably saying, well, by the way, that's not the cylinder. That's just the box that it comes in, the case. That's the cylinder. So freaking cool, right? Look, it's blue. There were different versions, by the way. If you see all the grooves in there, a couple of big honking scratches too. This is what it looked like. And you put it on this little thing and it turned, and then you put this very scary looking metal needle on it. And, you've got the big horn and you hear this. You sit there, you're rocking the boat. If you ever listen to stuff from the teens, right? The turn of the century recordings. I mean, it's something else. That's a time machine right there. But look at the detail in this. I'm totally diverting, but I'm just showing you look at this. This was etched into every one of these cylinders. Serial number, that's Thomas Edison's signature. The patent number. I mean, it's just incredible stuff. Anyway, what was my point about this? Oh, if we scroll down to the bottom here, all right, you will notice that you only have the option to give a thumbs up because the creative community at Behance, we don't have time for this, right? I remember growing up and I used to hear the thing about, constructive criticism, and that's fine, by the way. I'm not opposed to that at all. I think people actually need sometimes a bit more than that when it's constructive. And criticism, that's kind of, I don't love that term either. I might change that. Constructive commenting, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, this is a safe community. This is a community that wants to help others, and that's why it's grown so much in the last 5-6 years. I mean, I don't even remember how many tens of millions we are now, but it's massive. And it hosts literally every kind of discipline, from photography to music to video to, you know, if you make, what are they called? Mandalas, you know, knitting, cabinet making. Every kind of creative discipline is featured here on Behance, and it's amazing, okay? Safe space, thumbs up. So again, just to reiterate, behance.net/live. You got the work from home blues. You're looking to get inspired. There's my BMI login if you want to know my publishing information there. Behance.net/live. We've got programming every day. Every day. And everything that's on here is archived. So you can watch it here. This is where the live chat's happening. You can also watch this on the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel. All right. Then, based on what it is that you're doing, we've also got the daily creative challenges, which in this case, we're looking at the Photoshop one. I think if you just, and it's behance.net/challenge. Let me see if I go XD. Yeah, there you go. So here's the XD creative challenge. All right. For this week, you know, March 16 to March 27. And sharpen your UI UX design skills in just 9 challenges. Now, look, I'm not an XD user. Let me rephrase that. I use XD because we all use XD for various things, largely for thumbnail creation for a lot of these videos. But I'm not a UI designer. I'm not a UX designer. But I'd like to know, you know, a little bit more about doing little things in XD here and again. I'm not building apps, you know, I'm not. But it's cool to know, right? The more you know. So here's your opportunity. And by the way, if you get bored, you don't like it, or you want to do something else, then do something else. You can go back to past challenges too and see what we've done. Again, you'll find all that stuff in the Discord. So it's just a great way to start getting inspired. All right. So behance.net/live, behance.net/challenge. Let me see if you just go to the root of challenge, if that takes you. Okay, no, it's native to the app. So PS, is that it? Yeah, for Photoshop. No, or was it Photoshop? It's Photoshop. Yes, Photoshop. And then XD. And I don't know if there's an Illustrator one. I know we've done them in Illustrator. Let's see if there is one. Oh, yeah, there you go. Bzzz. Look at that. Now, this doesn't start till March 30th, okay? You can sign up now, right? Get your Illustrator on. Illustrator, for a video editing musician, songwriter dude, I can navigate my way through Illustrator. It's still really difficult for me. So believe me, like, these are the perfect opportunity. Actually, I usually go and watch one of the Behance guests first, get a little inspiration, or find something that I know I've seen, you know, and then sometimes I'll attempt it in these challenges. All right. Okay, so we're going to go back over to questions, see if anybody has any. If not, I will send you on your happy Monday. All right. Very welcome. Coney Rock, how's it going? Hanukkah Legama, King D's, Maz Lidukun, Ashutos 97, JSJVD, nice to see you. All right. Got any more comments here on the tubes? Samantha 38G, looked over Behance last week and hard to find how to start the master classes from the beginning. Oh, that's a good question, Samantha. So yeah, so the master classes, well, I'll tell you, they are, do we have, hold on, let me go look and see myself before I, I have to see. So yeah, we don't yet have, that's actually an excellent question, because we don't yet have a centralized masterclass category. It's by, discipline. So graphic design, Photoshop, fresco, photography, illustration, UI, UX, and motion. I can tell you for myself and for Terry White, we both have on our respective YouTube channels. So mine is youtube.com/Jason Levine video. Sam, you're already there. His, I believe, is youtube.com/Terry White video, or you can just do terrywhite.com, and I think it'll relink you to eventually to his YouTube, or just search on Terry White on YouTube. We both made playlists that have all of our master classes. So I just by design, actually Terry inspired me to make sure that everybody could access all of them and follow them all. You can find them all on my YouTube, and it's linking back to the Creative Cloud YouTube channel. But you can find the playlist on my YouTube. But Sam, that's a great request, and I'll talk to the team about seeing if we can get a specific category. And maybe there is some other organized way to find them, although I'm not seeing it. So I think you're correct there. All right, what's up, Adam Townsend? All right. Tori Nooks, YouTube not sending me notifications about that stream. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, the whole bell thing, I don't know. I think they're just messing with that. I mean, I know it works for some. I don't know. I have problems with it too. You're not alone. Okay, Sam, you're following him already. Awesome. Yeah. So it would be great. I'm going to talk to the team and see if we can get that implemented. It seems like it wouldn't be too difficult to have all the master classes organized. That's an excellent bit of feedback. And this is what I'm talking about. Community. This isn't like, you know, I'm not kissing butts. This is awesome. This is why we love this. This is why we stream every day, right? This kind of interaction. I'm grateful. Oh, there you go. Hey, Tim's here. Evil Cerise. No, at the moment there is no central way. Thank you, Tim. So I'm putting the request to you. I'll send one to Gus. We should have a category with all the master classes. That makes total sense to me, right? It's a new show. It should be in there. So we'll forward that. Awesome. JP Pendleton, good to see you. Daniel Oviedo, hi. Sifrifana, you're very welcome. Thank you. Oh, yes, and I forgot too, right, for our friends in Germany, we also have, well, of course, we have Behance, Adobe Live in German, and the daily creative challenges are hosted by Tim Evil Cerise as well. So if you want German language in particular, you definitely want to check those out. All right. Okay. And I think Paul69, Brett, CMM, I think those are all the questions we have for right now. Looks like it is. Jorge Lopez, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. Alban Exara, is there a challenge for Premiere Pro? That's perfect. So actually, not at the moment. And here's the thing. I'm actually, and Tim's listening and watching, I would like to know if you'd like to see creative challenges for Premiere. The challenge is that video, it's just a little bit harder, right? So, you know, if this is something you'd like to see, we've toyed with the idea of maybe doing some of these, and I've talked with the team a lot about trying to create some very simple content that we can upload. Again, part of it is giving you assets. You know, so maybe it's doing something like a very simple grade or doing like a little sound remix or something. We don't have them yet, Alban. I know this is something that we've been talking about. So if you want to see this, let me know. Let me know on Twitter. Let me know on YouTube. Let me know wherever. I've now gotten your feedback. But if any others want to see video-based creative challenges, I know the video team would love to see me doing them. So good chance we can make that happen sooner than later. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, you'll be able to catch the replays on all of the aforementioned social networks. So until tomorrow, be back then with another live stream. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you again next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.